Yes. Okay. Okie dokie. So let's start. Lay down on the mat as usual. Knees bent if you have any tension in the lumbar spine, otherwise legs straight and rolled outward. Roll the arms outward. Keep the shoulder blades flat onto the ground and slide the shoulder blades toward the waist. Pull the back of the head away from the shoulders to lengthen the spine. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tension. Let go. And one more time. Relax your forehead, eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let them sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face. Unclench your jaw and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders, arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back and your spine, vertebra per vertebra. Relax your belly and the whole abdominal area. Relax your hips, your groins. Relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention into your breathing cycle and start observing every aspect of your breath. Which part of your body moves the most, chest or belly? And if both moves, which one moves first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation. The small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause, and even there, observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remain relaxed and open even during the pauses. Be more observing breaths. At the end of the 3rd, take control and create a long, slow, and steady breath. Observe your body expanding with every inhalation and becoming more compact with every exhalation. Long, slow, steady breath. Focus on your chest. Observe the chest becoming wider with every inhalation Observe the ribs moving closer together with every exhalation. Keep your breath controlled, but easy. Long, slow, but easy. Imagine that with every inhalation, a light enters your body and restores your body. With every exhalation, this light brings out all tensions, all worries, everything that you don't want to have with you. Long, slow, steady breath. With every breath, expand more and more your chest. When you start having some tensions around the rib cage, some muscular tension, observe. Become aware of where exactly you can feel the tensions. And with the exhalation, visualize those tensions going out of your body. Inhale deeper and deeper. And with the exhalation, allow the tension to exit your body. Inhale deeper and deeper. And with the exhalation, allow the tension to exit your body. Breathe deeper and deeper. Play with your comfort zone. Keep a long, slow, but easy breath. Become aware of all those small tensions around the rib cage. Maybe you can also feel some tensions around the diaphragm. Become aware of your body. And keep on breathing deeper and deeper. Three more breaths. At the end of the third breath, inhale deep. And at the end of the inhalation, hold the breath just for a few seconds. While holding the breath, observe your body. Observe the tensions again. And exhale with a long exhalation. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath. Become aware of the tensions on your body. And release those tensions with the exhalation. 2 more times. Inhale deep. Hold the breath and observe. Become a witness of yourself. At the end of your next breath, we're going to add another inhalation after the hold. So inhale deeply. Fill up your lungs already with the first inhalation. Hold the breath. And just before the exhalation, inhale one more time. Inhale as deep as you can with the first inhalation. Hold the breath and inhale one more time. If you want to, you can hold the breath just for a brief moment, also at the end of the second inhalation. If it's a little bit too much, you can exhale straight away. Inhale deeply, as deep as you can. Hold the breath. Inhale one more time. Keep a long exhalation. 3 more. Inhale as deep as you can. And at the end of the inhalation, hold the breath. After a few seconds, inhale one more time. And if it's comfortable for you, hold the breath again. Otherwise, exhale straight away with a long exhalation. Observe where you can find the tensions. And allow those tensions to exit your body with an exhalation. At the end of your next breath, go back to a normal breath, not controlled. And observe. Observe how your breath becomes lighter and lighter, more and more silent. Observe how your body is deeply relaxed now. Really slowly, bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before pushing with the left hand to sit up. Sit on the back of the mat, on your heels, with the knees as wide as the mat. Put your hands down on the ground, not too far from your knees. Inhale. With the exhalation, roll your hips backward, push your spine back. Inhale with the inhalation, roll your hips forward. Slide the shoulder blades over the waist and look up. Exhale, look at your belly. Inhale, look up. Create a fluid movement. The movement starts when you start inhaling. and you change the movement as soon as you stop your inhalation. Same with the exhalation. Keep the movement and the breath constant from the beginning till the end. Allow each vertebra to relax and move freely. Keep a fluid movement. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, especially when you inhale. Okay, now walk forward with your hands. Keep the arms straight and active. And allow the chest to move down toward the ground. Allow the head to touch the ground, but keep the arms active. To the very tip of your fingers. Stay there, 3 breaths. Push the sternum forward and the shoulders back. Allow the shoulders to become wider. And slowly walk with your hands to the right, out of your mat. Keep the chest really low and in between the legs. When you reach your maximum, when you can feel the left side of your torso stretching, don't move the left hand, but move the right one closer to the knee and start pushing with both hand and left and right knee against the ground to push the chest even more to the left and deepen the stretch. 3 breaths. Breathe on your chest if you go even deep, if you want to go even deeper into the stretch. And at the end of the third, come back to center. Observe the difference between left and right, briefly. And then move to the left. Walk with both hands to the left side, out of your mat. When you reach your maximum, with the chest really low, sternum forward, shoulders back. Move the left hand closer to the left knee and start pushing against the ground to move the torso to the right and deepen the stretch. Breathe on your chest. If you want to go even deeper, 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, come back to center. From this position, push the chest even more down to the ground. And put your chin in contact with the ground. Look at your hands. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, walk back with your hands. Hands on the ground, create circles with the whole spine. Do it really slowly to focus on the fluidity. Okay. Now move the two knees together. Put your hands over your thighs. Lift the sternum and move the shoulder blades down. Belly in. So move the navel toward the spine gently. Tilt your hip backward and lean back. Allow the knees to gently lift off the ground, if possible. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, come back to the previous position, so a more neutral position. Put your hands down on the ground for tabletop position. And now put your elbows down, right under the shoulders, but a little bit closer compared to the shoulder itself. Now, push with the elbows against the ground to lift the torso gently up. And move the sternum forward while you move the shoulders back, like you want to lengthen your cervical spine. Stay there for 3 long breaths. Keep on using the muscles to lengthen that area. So it's an active pose, even if it doesn't seem so. Okay, release. Now inhale. Find again the position lengthening the cervical spine. Lean forward and touch with your nose or with your chin the hands. Stay there, 3 breaths. And come back. Oh no, it's powerful, I know. I'm gonna do it 2 more times. So move the head forward, shoulders back, lean forward. As soon as you touch your hands with a part of your face, and 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, come back. Inhale. With the exhalation again, lengthen your cervical spine and lean forward. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, come back. Okay, sit on your heels again. Put your hands over your thighs and create small circles with your shoulders. Just small circles, even smaller than that. And try not to lift too much the shoulders, but more push down the shoulders. Okay, yeah. Good. Turn also on the other side. Still focusing on pushing down the shoulders. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Put your left hand over your right thigh or on the side of your leg. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Tilt your hip backward to lengthen the lumbar spine. Roll the right arm outward, have the palm of the hand facing back. Push the thumbs, pull the right thumb to the left and look back. Move the right shoulder away from the face. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, come back to center. Put your right hand over your left thigh or on the side of your leg. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, tilt your hip backward. Roll the right arm, the left arm outward, palm of the hand facing back. Push the thumb to the right and look back. Move the shoulder away from the ears. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, back to center. Okay, now let's stand up straight away. I'm gonna stay a little bit more standing up today. So, first thing first, Tadasana. Big toes touching, heels gently apart. And now, lift your toes. Spread your toes. And move the big toes down, just the big one. Stay there for 3 breaths. At the end of the third, with the pinky toe down. And now you have the big one and the small one down on the ground. 3 in the middle are up. It is not today, maybe it will be another day, don't worry. But the direction is there. Stay there. And now move all the toes down to the ground. Okay. Push with the feet against the ground. Tilt your hip backward. Just to find a more compact position around the belly and around the hips. So if you want to just an easy way to enter this position is using your buttocks. So squeeze your butt and observe that the hip tilts back. When your hip tilts back, relax your buttocks without losing this movement of the hips and keeping this compactness around the hips and belly. Lift the sternum and move the shoulder blades down. Create some space between the shoulders and the head. Lift the arms up, still keeping the shoulders down. Now, bend your knees and imagine that you want to sit on a chair. Lean your torso gently forward, but keep a straight line from the buttocks to the hands. Move the knees a little bit back. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, come back up. Find again your compactness or a straight line. Now, right feet forward, left feet back. Roughly 1 meter between the 2 feet, so not too wide. Put your hands on the waist and check to have the waist aligned with the short side of the mat. So usually when you have the right side, the right feet forward, the right side of the hips move forward because it's easier and the body will always find the easiest way. But usually in yoga, well, it's not all the time the good position for yoga. So to align the hips, roll the right leg slightly outward and the left leg slightly in. Once that you have the hips aligned with the short side of the mat without losing this alignment, start pushing with your right big toe into the ground and create a sort of spiraling action starting from the big toe out to the outer side of the hip. So the leg is really active. Big toe down, but then roll the leg gently outward. Same thing also with the left leg. So big toes down, just to ground yourself. Big toes down. And roll the left leg too, gently outward. Not too much, because otherwise you will lose the alignment. The left leg is harder to activate in this position. So keep the alignment fixed and just create this small spiraling action also with the left leg. So if you're working like I did, you have your legs that are starting to cry because they're really active, even if it doesn't seem so. Hands on the waist, belly in, tilt your hip forward, activate even more your thighs to keep the stability, and stop with the torso parallel to the ground. Move the sternum forward and your shoulder blades back. Keep those two spiraling action, but keep on pushing the big toes down. So I wanted to feel some activation even on the deep buttocks. And really slowly come back up. Change leg. Left leg forward, right leg back. So first thing, the alignment of the hips. So to align the hips, tilt your left leg outward and right leg inward. That's why it's hard to stabilize the right leg. Because at the beginning, you want to align the hips and you're using the legs. But then without moving the hips, I wanted to spiral out. Those two actions actually, one is a gross action, that one. This is a gross action. The other one is really subtle, because first you have to ground yourself with the feet, and then you simply roll the leg outward without moving the hip in order to activate also other muscles around the hips and buttocks. So they're deeper. So it's a more subtle movement, okay? So once that you have the two legs active, just gently active, and the hips aligned with the short side of the mat, start pushing the big toes down, both big toes down. And observe that when you do so, the legs naturally roll gently inward. And that's why you need the gentle spiraling action out to have the legs aligned, not only the hips, but also the the direction of the legs so the knees are aligned. So push the big toes down and create this gentle spiraling action out of both legs. Legs are active. You may feel good activation also on your calf muscles, and it's 100% normal. Keep this beautiful stability, even though, yes, you're using the legs. So it's not a relaxing stability. Now, hands on the waist, lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, tilt your hip forward, still keeping the legs active. Activate even more your thighs. Go down. Deep breaths. And at the end of the third breath, really slowly, come back up. Today we're gonna work on the subtleties. Now, put your feet in contact, because we're gonna work on Uttanasana. But also there, we're gonna use some different movements of the legs to help you go deeper or finding a different stretch. Explain. So, once that you have the 2 feet together, big toes together, heels gently apart, hands on the waist, and just simply tilt your hip forward and go down, all the way down. No need to contract your body to go down, but just use the gravity. Okay. So don't force, but just observe which part of your legs is stretching more. Observe also, just close your eyes and observe if the legs naturally roll inward or outward, or if the legs are completely aligned. Just observe. And now, from this position, roll the legs outward and observe how it changes. Observe which part of your legs and even of your lumbar spine work in a different way. And now roll the legs inward and observe how it changes again. Roll your legs outward and observe the change that you have in your hips. If you can sense any change. And now roll the legs inward and observe if there's any change on your hips. Put your hands on the waist and come back up. Now, keep your feet gently apart. And we're gonna do almost the same thing. If you want to, you can also take some blocks or a bolster or whatever, just to put your hands in a more relaxed way onto the ground. It's up to you. If you need to, you can use them. Otherwise, just put your hands down on the ground. So with the legs gently apart, tilt your hip forward again Go all the way down. And again, observe. Roll your legs inward and observe if you can go a little bit deeper down. And now roll your legs outward and observe that your lumbar spine moves gently up, even if it's just 1 millimeter. It's just a connection with the movement of your legs. Roll the legs inward, you will go a little bit deeper into this forward bend. And with the rolling outward of your legs, you will stretch a little bit more your lumbar spine muscles. So there is not right and wrong. It depends what you want to work on. For every there are advantages and disadvantages. So if we want to go deeper into the stretch, the leg stretch, so the forward bend, you'd better roll the legs inward. If you want to stretch a little bit more, the lumbar spine, then roll the leg outward, and you will have this effect. Okay. Now, finding a more neutral position, so with the legs not completely rolled outward or inward, but in an easy position for you, I want you to imagine that you want to move the legs out without moving the feet. So since the legs cannot really move, you will feel a sort of widening on the hips. Imagine that you want just to push out, and observe that when you do so, you can go deeper. You can tilt your hip forward a little bit more. Release and observe. Push and observe. Good breaths. At the end of the third, put your hands on the waist and come up. Yeah, it is powerful. Okay, now put your legs wide. Okay, roll the right leg outward, left leg inward. Okay, now tilt your hip to the left, not to the other side. It's not the torso, keep the torso straight, but well, just do the base movement. Okay, so usually for Trigonasana, we do this variation. So the hips tilt to the right, and the spine is long and straight. Now I wanted to do exactly the opposite. So tilt to the back, so to the left side. So you will feel tension around the groin. And yes, and also the hip. Yeah, that's good. Now, bend your right leg. Okay, not too much, because remember that you have to have the knee right above the heel to be safe, to be completely safe. If it's over the heel, then you will be a little bit too much on the ligaments. So in case, you can always walk forward with your feet and just do the bend. Okay? Now, you're gonna feel that a lot, I think. But yeah, we're gonna stretch that area. So that's the idea. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Observe that when you tilt your hip gently back, when you bend your knee, your spine is straight. While if you don't do this movement, so if you're in a more natural position with the hips, when you bend, your torso is leaning forward. But when you lean forward, the weight will be more on the thigh, and the thigh is already working quite a bit. So to optimize the weight of your body, tilting back the hip will ease the pressure on the bent knee, so on the thigh, bent leg on the thigh, and will add some weight on the back leg, still keeping the torso straighter, more aligned over the hips. So keep the sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, roll the arms outward and lift the arms. Keep the shoulders down. Okay, now I want you to look at your right knee. Often, when you do so, the left knee, the bent knee, roll inward. But yeah, no, not good. So roll the thigh outward to keep the knee aligned between the big toe and the hip. You can also imagine to pull from the outer knee to the outer hip. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Focus on the tilting back of the hips. So a little bit too much on the side. Okay. And really slowly straighten your right leg and lower your arms. Turn to the other side. So the left feet is pointing to the left, right feet is roughly at 45 degrees. Okay. You can move the heel a little bit more back. A little bit more. It will be easier. Okay, that's good. Now, focus on the hips and do the movement. Okay. Good, good, good. When you feel that you are at your maximum, tilting to the right, keep the hips there. So you will feel a sort of stretch in the groin and a sort of tension on the hip. Keep it there and bend your left leg. Pay attention on the alignment of the knee and pay attention on the hips. So don't lose this movement of the hips. Okay. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Keep the right leg straight and active. Push with your right big toe down. And observe that when you do so, you're kind of pushing from the inner groin down. Okay. So you're just stabilizing this hip, just pushing the big toe down. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Roll the arms outward and lift the arms. Keep the shoulders down. You can keep the arms soft. Okay, good. Now look at your left knee, and if needed, just find the alignment without compromising all the other actions that you have. This one is one of the asana that we do not all the time, but quite often. But rarely we do it in this way, in a more conscious way, using some other instrument to find the alignment and to find the stability in this pose. Now, really slowly, lower your arms, straighten your legs, and move into Tadasana. Tadasana, you will feel straight away all the areas of your body that worked. Just observe. You kind of shaped your body in a different way. And often when we do the Trigonasana 2, so this pose that we just did, we feel tiredness on the arms. But today, since we worked so much on the legs, actually, I think that you're gonna feel the muscles that are worked are not the usual ones. Usually, you can feel tensions and tiredness on the upper arms and on the thighs. I think that today thighs are not so used, but they're all the different areas of your hips and even calf muscles and tibias that are worked in a different way. Maybe even the feet, the muscles under the feet. So you can find a compromise in every position to use different muscles to help you reach the stability in your pose. Now, put your leg again. Roll the right leg outward, left leg inward. Okay. Keep the hip more or less aligned with the long side of the mat. The priority is not to have the hips aligned. If you lose the alignment of the knee, the leg is priority. Once that you have your leg stable, so even there, you can push your big toes down and spiraling out like we did before. There, you can roll the back leg outward without compromising the stability of the right leg to open the hip a little bit more. But the priority is still the right leg, the alignment of the legs. Okay. Now, bend your right leg and look at your toes. Right. Keep on looking at your toes. Lean forward and walk forward with your left leg. Now, straighten your right leg and lift the left leg. Just stay there. The right arm is completely relaxed, the left one too, but keep the left hand on the outer left leg. Even in this position, once that you have the stability on your right leg, roll the left leg outward. And back down. Turn on the other side. So left feet pointing to the left, right feet at 45 degrees. Big toes down, spiraling out. Once that you have your left leg stable and aligned, roll the right leg outward to open the hips. Okay. So I really want you to feel, you may even feel some stretch around your sitting bones. So it's a deep work. Okay, now look at your left feet and bend your knee. The knee is aligned between the big toe and the hip. Lean forward, walk forward with your right leg. Straighten the left leg, lift the right one, not too much. Doesn't have to be completely high, but it doesn't have to touch the ground. And then once that you have the stability on your left leg, roll the right leg outward to again open the hip. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, bend your left leg and come back. Now, roll the leg out, the right leg outward, left leg inward. Belly in. Find the alignment of the right knee. So in case, just bend the knee. Find the alignment and straighten the leg without compromising the alignment. Another instrument that you can use. Now, move the right side of the hip down to tilt your hip to the right. Straighten your arms to the side and go down. Keep the leg active. Put your right arm just in front, inside of your right leg, and use the hand to turn up to the sky. Lift the left arm up. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Ouch! Okay, straighten your legs now because you're in Trigonasana. Okay, that's good. Now, look at your right feet, bend your knee and put your elbow over the knee, just over the knee. Okay, now from this position, move the two shoulders gently back. So I want you to stretch this area of your body. Okay. Roll the left arm outward and move the hand down to have the arm parallel to the ground. Push the thumb back and look behind you. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, look down on the ground. Now, put your right hand down on the ground and straighten your right leg. As much as you can. Yes, good. Bend your knee again. Walk forward with your left leg. Put your hands down on the ground a little bit forward and to the left and to the right. There, start straightening your right leg and lift left one. Keep now the 2 legs active. Lift the left arm up to the sky. Lift the left leg a little bit more. Yes, beautiful. Now, just stay in this position. Activate a little bit more your left feet, like you want to point. Yes, that's beautiful. Really slowly lower your left feet down on the ground and go back up. It's hard, I know. On the other side. So, first thing first, Trigonasana. So, focus on your legs. Find the alignment of your left leg. Once that you have your left leg aligned, roll the right leg outward to open the hips, but without compromising the alignment of the left leg. Tilt your hip to the left, straighten your arms, and enter Trigonasana. Put your left arm inside of your left leg. Push your right shoulder back and lift the right arm. Stay there. From this position, push with the left feet down on the ground, but spiral out the leg. And roll the right leg outward and observe how this area of your body stretch. Just using the legs. Now, bend your left leg and put your elbows just over the leg, over the knee. Roll the right arm outward and lower your arm to have it just parallel to the ground. Push the thumb back and to the left and look back. 3 breaths. The end of the third. Put your left hand down on the ground, close to the feet, and straighten at your maximum your left leg. Now, bend your left leg again. Walk forward with your right feet. Put your left hand down on the ground, and there, really slowly, so straightening your left leg and lifting your right one. Keep the legs active, stable, strong. 3 breaths. Lift the right leg a little bit more, but the fit is perfect now. That's good. Really slowly, bend your left leg, lower your right leg, and come back up. Good. Keep the 2 legs wide. Pull wider than hips. Put your hands on the waist, bend your knees, and create fluid movement, fluid circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Okay. Turn your feet to the side. Put your hands in prayer position with the arms straight. Bend your knees and go all the way down. Yes, better. Okay. Now, just allow the shoulders to relax, the arms to relax, the head, neck, and back to relax. And observe that in this position, even the lumbar spine lengthens. Stay there. Very slowly. Lift your head and allow your body to roll down. Yeah, you can. Okay. And now, even if it just feels weird, it's already time for Shavasana. It was faster today. We do sort of workshop today on the deeper saddle movement. So yeah, it's just run fast. So now, just before Shavasana, put your feet quite close to the buttocks and gently push with the feet against the ground to tilt your hip back and push the lumbar spine down to the ground. Just that. It's not a super hard movement, but allow the lumbar spine to be long. Relax. One more time. And relax. Now, straighten your right leg down to the ground. Slide the left feet under the right knee and roll completely to the right. So the left knee is down on the ground. Put your right hand outside of your left knee to keep it down to the ground. Put your left hand on the left side of your belly. Okay. And use just the elbow to move down toward the ground and to twist gently your spine. Turn the head to the left and stay there. So it's just the weight of the elbow and the head that help you twist. Moments. And now really gently come back to center and prepare for the other side. So straighten your left leg down to the ground. Slide the right feet under the left knee and turn completely to the left. Put your left hand outside of your right knee. Put your right hand on the outer side of your belly and use the elbow, the movement of the elbow down to help the twisting. Turn the head to look to the right and stay there. Allow your body to relax as deep as you can. Don't use your muscles to twist. It's just the gravity and the position. Really gently. Back to center. Bring the two knees a bit closer to the chest, but not too close, because I wanted to create small circles with our knees. You can also put your hands over the knees to help you with this movement. Then also on the other side. And now you can enter Shavasana. Use everything you need to be comfortable in Shavasana. And use the first moments to observe all the small muscles of your body that worked today, that woke up today. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant mantra. And at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that moment, just relax. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtin Vadanam Udvarukamiva Bandhanam Prityor Mukshiyam Amrita Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtin Vadanam Udvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyam Amrita Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtin Vadanam Udvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyam Amrita. Slowly, start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Gently stretch your body. Bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before sitting comfortably for the chant of 3 Om. Keep your spine straight yet relaxed. Hands in Nana Mudra or Chin Mudra. Eyes closed, face, throat and belly relaxed. Inhale deeply. Relax your face, throat and belly. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.